About the Biden polling situation because it's really gotten bad. It's gotten bad in ways that the Democrats are starting to be perturbed about. And I am of the opinion that if they can't lock in perceptions soon, and they may have missed the window, the perceptions will spill over. Now, this is important. It is important for you to understand that one of the situations here is that the Democrats know in the midterm elections, things tend to go for the party that doesn't control the White House. That's the historic norm. And with a 5-seat majority in the House, the historic norms go against the Democrats without even contemplating redistricting. You throw in redistricting and it gets even worse. That's part of the problem they're dealing with here. But it goes beyond that as well. Because this year you've got the Virginia gubernatorial race, Glenn Youngkin versus Terry McAuliffe. McAuliffe had been governor of Virginia. The Virginia Constitution only allows you to serve a term. You're not term limited, but you can only serve one term. You can serve 4 years and you got to go away before you can come back. They've had this Constitution since Thomas Jefferson was around. And everyone's assumed Terry McAuliffe was going to win, and it turns out it's way closer than it is, and part of it is Joe Biden's negative ratings. Not only Joe Biden's negative ratings, but in Northern Virginia, which is a progressive area that goes for the Democrats, Glenn Youngkin's been running his advertising on schools because the schooling in Northern Virginia, the school districts there, the school boards are keeping schools shut down. They're putting onerous, burdensome requirements on parents. They've even attacked parents when schools were shut down last year for hiring tutors for their kids. And Youngkin's making that a campaign issue. And it's working for him. But it goes beyond that as well. There's more to it than that. Biden's drag is dragging down Democrats in ways that have other impacts. So consider this. Stacey Abrams, the governor of Georgia, the would-be governor of Georgia, she thinks she won. The Democrats have claimed she won. She's starting to do a tour on voting rights and voter ID around the country. She's kept a very low profile. In Georgia now, they're wondering, is she actually going to challenge Brian Kemp in 2022? I'm in the camp that says she is, but a growing body of people, Democrats and Republicans alike, are starting to wonder, will she? Why? Because Biden's popularity is dragging things down to the extent that even Raphael Warnock, the senator in Georgia, the Democrat, he's vulnerable to a Republican attack depending on the nominee. And if he's vulnerable, Abrams is really vulnerable. And she wants to be president. If she wants to be president, she needs to actually win something, not just have a moral victory. And if she loses in 2022, she's a two-time loser for governor. So she can't run in 2024. And then there's the corollary. Does she swap someone else out? Does she convince, for example, there's a lady in the Georgia State Senate, Jen Jordan. She's kind of been the abortion Barbie of Georgia. She may swap her out. She basically made Jen Jordan run for attorney general. Maybe Jordan now runs for governor in Georgia. And if she gets elected, well, that's 8 years where Abrams can't run. If she loses, well, then Abrams can, I guess, try to run in 2026 and put off the presidential ambitions for a while. I guess there's some people who think maybe she won't run. It's having an impact on the Republican side as well. So Donald Trump does not like Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia, and he apparently has given up now on trying to find people to run against Kemp. The only person who's running against Kemp is a goofball Democrat named Vernon Jones, who's converted to the Republican Party. He was a pro-abortion Democrat and flip of a switch became a pro-life Republican, and he's not getting any traction. He squandered all of his money, and President Trump won't even endorse him. Calls him my friend Vernon, but he won't endorse him for governor. That's kind of the most damning indictment on the Vernon Jones candidacy in Georgia, by the way, is Donald Trump is desperate to find someone to run against Brian Kemp. He's got a clown show running and refuses to endorse him. Kind of tells you where Vernon Jones is going to wind up. But the fact that Republicans in Georgia have rallied to Kemp is a big indicator that there are headwinds for the Democrats, and the Republicans think they can have an easy win with Kemp, and they might be able to. And it's not just there; it's around the country. The Democrats can't find someone credible to run against Greg Abbott. Beto O'Rourke has had to show up again. Poor old Beto. Every time he runs, you bet no on him because you know he's going to lose. They put up Abortion Barbie there, the real Abortion Barbie, Wendy Davis. She lost. She then ran against my buddy Chip Roy. She lost to him. Now they've got Beto having run for the Senate against Cruz. He lost. He ran for president. He lost. Now he wants to run for governor. Abbott has his own troubles, though. Abbott is not popular with the GOP or independents in Texas anymore. He's been too cautious. He's been very muddied and wishy-washy, and even the Democrats there are having a hard time against him. In Florida, it's doom, gloom, and despair for the Democrats. The Democrats in Florida are trying to find someone to run against not just Ron DeSantis, but Marco Rubio, and the polling for the Democrats in Florida is terrible. They're looking to get wiped out in Florida again. And why? It's not really even their policies. It's not really even their positions. It's Joe Biden dragging them down.